Wait, no! What? That thing's so big. Jesus. I don't know how I'm gonna get it in. I mean, around. What? I mean, away from it.
What did he say?
I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, whether you celebrated or not, but mine was spent full, sick, and angry trying to beat this beast of a man right here. Oh, no. No. Please. Please wait. This game is Broken Edge, a new sword fighting VR game with one of the best art styles I've seen in VR. It's like a pastel in fantasy had a wonderful baby, and it just looks amazing. I'm not very sure what made me want to pick a sword fighting game of all games to play on Thanksgiving while having what it feels like 2 tons of packed tissue in both my nose holes. But I think it's because when I seen this game on Steam, it made me think of all the melee mechanics and especially the sword mechanic in other VR games because it usually feels dull or janky and it just doesn't give you any rewarding sense when you stab or slash an enemy. It almost feels disappointing in some games when it leaves a certain combat out of a game or it just doesn't feel as good as in the game. But in Broken Edge, it takes sword fighting to the next level. And just might have one of the coolest intros I've seen in VR in a while. Oh, so we just starting off, okay. Like Zelda. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's a cool opening. I got nothing bad to say about that. That was actually just cool. And I think you can hear it in my voice, but for some reason, picking up a sword and watching it materialize in front of you is one of the coolest feeling effects I've seen in a while. And this is how you start every match, and it just doesn't get old. This is just really cool. I love that. Broken Edge reminds me of one of those really good Flash games where you would fight one-on-one battles like a turn-based system. It just brought into VR. The combat feels surprisingly simple. The main mechanic is to break the other opponent's sword like we're playing with stale pasta noodles until one person's noodle is too short and they have an opening to get hit and shattered. Am I now allowed to kill you? We have nothing? Wait, this is not fair! Do it honorably. Don't! Even though it seems simple, there are a couple of things that make the combat more complex, like the classes having a specialty task to awaken their blade, which basically means just they have more strength behind their hits. These tasks are usually to complement the style of the fighter, so one could be like swinging your arms like you're getting attacked by bees, or striking a pose after each swing like you're in 2022's Just Dance. Each class is unique with its own weapon. The duelist with her pointy but sharp sword, the knight with his sword and shield, the Persian with 2 blades instead of 1, the bargain? Wait, no, I have bargain wrote down here, the barbarian, with his huge club of a sword, definitely not compensating for anything, and for him, for some reason, I can never get the hang of his movements. For any time I tried to hit anyone, it was like I would hit them with 8-foot-long pool noodle. How do I kill him? I'm so dude, I'm denting him in the head. What? Dude, well, I got it right between his horns. And then there's my favorite, the samurai with his katana. There are 3 different game modes where you can play with these characters. First, we have the dojo where you can more practice and learn what the character does, but who really needs practice? Oh no, you just murked me. Multiplayer, and I was so excited for multiplayer, but it's more of a friend multiplayer with a password for every single lobby instead of open lobbies where you can just join. And I really wanted to play with real people, but hopefully in the future they'll add a open multiplayer and maybe I can play with some of you. But for now, the main way to play is solo, more of a rise of the ranks kind of mode where you pick one of the classes and play each of the other classes until you meet the big dad himself, and I was determined. The first person I had to defeat was the barbarian with his 8-foot-long sword. That is no joke. But the first thing I have to say is that the AI in this game is actually great, even though sometimes it feels like it gets a little repetitive with their actions, and there's a serious amount of times where I actually broke a sweat trying to get away. Woo! Oh, I should have went for the kill, but I got scared. And I could tell there was some serious thought behind the balancing of the sword styles that were chosen for this game, and I think it's cool, but I don't know if it's just the AI or the styles clashing, but there are some fights where I just had a clear advantage. Why are you going so slow? Yeah, cross your arms. What up now, cuh? What up? You have a brain injury. Go see the oh. I guess there is no really doctors around here. You're just gonna die then. But this went both ways because for the life of me, the night fight was one of the hardest things I have ever tried to do in my life.
Oh no! It broke! You're so lucky. Take me. Are you serious?
Oh, and I forgot to mention, the one thing about the fights, as they go on, in each fight, I would have to beat them one more time than the last fight. So when it came to the night fight, I had to beat him 3 times in a row. Wow, every time he regained full sword and full shield back, I remained at what my sword was the last time I beat him. And so through every sword break, stab in the chest, I finally...
Yes! Oh, finally! Yes! Finally! The clone fight, and then Big Dad.
And then it was on to my mimic match, and I knew every single tactic, so it was a breeze, and now it's finally time.
You, Big Papa, it's time. You will fall beneath me.
And you might be wondering why I've been calling him Big Dad or Big Daddy. That's because I don't know his name, and I think you can find out after beating him, but as of me reading this, I have not beat him. I spent 2 full hours just on him, and I was only met with...
I hit him. I hit him. Hey, look at all their smug. This isn't fair.
And if you thought the Barbarian was compensating for something, it was like the Barbarian had an F-Word 150 and this man had a monster truck. That was just the pure difference of size of these swords. This game really surprised me, and it's pretty good. I think it's one of the better fighting games for VR, and its mechanics just feel really nice. And all I wish is that the multiplayer was open, but all I wanted to say was thanks for almost 600 subs, and that's just crazy. And I know the uploads have been kind of slow, and I've been making more short videos, but it feels like I've been sick for almost a month, and I still wanted to get some sort of content out there, and I will push through this sickness, but all I wanted to say was just thanks for the support. And this was Mossy, and I hope you have a better than great day today.